Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, an EU GM match sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. It's going to be Railgan versus AqueroN here on King's Cove, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner, the red Zerg player, it is Railgan, spinning logo of a Hydralisk with warping and pylons for eyes. If you're listening to this, go ahead and look at this real quick because it is an amazing, amazing work of art. And in the top left-hand corner is the blue Terran player. It is AqueroN, with a spinning Samwise DDA placeholder next to his command center. Hopefully this will load and we will see what he intends for us to see. This is a lion representing the Alliance. I kind of feel like AqueroN plays World of Warcraft as well. Yeah, I know, Blizzard games, a lot of overlap there. Hatch first here from Railgan, Overlord scouting, Solo Overlord scouting, looking for proxies, but the barracks is safely inside AqueroN's base. King's Cove looks like a nice place to vacation, you guys. Right? Dinosaur bones in the water, peaceful little beaches, and if you can get up to this island, it has a palm tree and some rocks. Yeah, such good stuff here. Also, all over the place, there are basically scattered remains of dragons with a lot of gold around it, like goblets and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe this is where all the dragons went. This Reaper's name is going to be Forest Jump. Forest had a great life as a military cook. Then the Zerg invasion happened and his entire village got destroyed, him surviving behind the secure walls of the planetary fortress. His home, his wife, his kids were gone, but their bodies were never found, growing a thought in his mind that would drive him to the edge of insanity. They're somewhere out there, somewhere on this damn planet. Driven by the conviction that his family must still be alive, he traverses the land up and down, left and right, ever watching for enemies, ever hoping to see a sign of life from his family lost long ago. And he will see his family again. Once his Reaper suit fails and the Zerglings get speed, he will meet them again. His name was Forest Jump, which, I mean, I've seen Forest Gump. I'm not sure the story matches up here exactly, but sure, man, Forest Jump it is. Look at the positioning on this spawning pool. I don't like it, Railgan. I don't understand why it's here, dude. I just feel like Marines drop, they snipe your spawning pool, and they're gone before you can even react to it in that position. But I guess it does provide some spotting for that drop when it's coming in. A little bit, anyway. I don't know. There's a little bit of vision here. Let's see how much. Yeah, man, you can see way out. Way out to the edge there. So, whatever. It's cool. What's the Terran player up to, man? Hellions. He's going into Hellion follow-up after the Reaper cruises on down to see what he can get done. But there are queens on the way. There's already a queen out here, actually. That's a pretty early queen from Railgan. How did he do that? What are we at? 257? I feel like the Reaper's a little bit late here, but the queen's already out. The main base has a queen, too. The Lings are here. So basically, I feel like the Reaper probably stayed at home for a little bit. He was worried. Oh, gosh, Reaper, get out of there. Come on, Forest. I think the Reaper was a little bit worried that the Lings were coming across the map because AqueroN did not worker scout, and as a result, he didn't know if there were Lings hiding around here, right? To sneak on in and snipe down the SCV building the orbital command or the command center, and that's why he was late with the Reaper, and as a result, he kills nothing and gets no scouting done whatsoever. Heaven forbid the Terran player scout with the ComSat, though, right? That is, you've got to use mules. It's got to be mules, you guys. Every scan is 300 energy lost, 300 resources lost, rather, because the mule is gone. Cloak Banshee follow-up from AqueroN, fairly common, I'd say, these days. Against Terran, or against Zerg players, rather. Where the heck is Railgan's third base? He's getting a Baneling Nest. He's getting, that's his third gas. Okay, he's got plans. He also has a lair. Did I mention he has a lair? I did not mention he has a lair. Is he going Baneling bust? I don't know, man. Queen tries to lay down a creep tumor, gets roasted up immediately by these Hellions. And I mean, I think that queen's gonna die. A queen to die to Hellions? Oh, there is no greater injustice there. But enough Lings pop out to wipe out every single one of the remaining Hellions, get their revenge on that queen, and Forest Jump looks like he's done too. And he is. So one queen down for 4 Hellions and a Reaper. Seems like a pretty fair trade. Is that a Spire? Yeah, man, that's a Spire. Railgun is going 2 base, 4 gas, Spire with Banelings here. He is 2 basing it against AqueroN. This is not, I don't think I like this. As a Zerg player, I'd feel much more comfortable if I, had a 3rd base. The Lings are trying to get us around on these Hellions. It's not going to work out, though. I don't think... Nope, that was a horrible trade. Absolutely 0 Hellions died, and all of the Lings are dead. Cloak Banshee sneaking in. There's no detection here yet. Might as well get some shots off. There's the Spore. but easily does manage to snipe off 3 drones and then retreat on out. Hellions cruising on down the left side, third base finally getting started for Railgun at the 5-minute mark. It just seems late, but coming on in here anyway. The Hellions might try to get some shots off on it. Is there in fact an armory? No, there's not. So these can't be Hellbats, which I feel could be pretty good, honestly. Hellbats in this situation would be kind of incredible, as really it's only Lings and Queens here. There are no roaches for Railgun at all. I think he's getting lucky that AqueroN is not going for a Hellbat timing or something, because I think Railgun is just dead, but sometimes that's what it takes. You gotta have a good plan, and maybe sometimes you get lucky in being allowed to execute it. Oh, there is an armory up there. He's going for Thors, is what we're seeing here out of that factory. Is he transitioning? Well, he's making some Marines too, and that's a command center. He doesn't have enough production to tell me whether he's going for bio or not. I guess the sheer lack, well, it's an engineering bay too. The sheer lack of production facilities is kind of freaking me out. He doesn't have multiple barracks. He doesn't have multiple factories. He has one of each. He's working on a third command center. Lings come cruising in here, trying to take down this Thor, but it's not going to happen. The Vikings have to land a little bit to lend their DPS to the situation, but every Ling dies. Nothing dies here on the Terran side of things. Once again, the exchange just doesn't seem that good, as Railgun has lost 1,800 resources to AqueroN's 1,100. Railgun, however, again, we'd like to point out he does have a Spire. No, has he done anything with it at all? No, he has not. Double Banshee up here, extra kills on them. Yeah, few kills went down over here. Also, a Queen was defending in the meantime, but fairly well defended here by the Queen and the Spore Crawler production. So third base is done, getting saturated quite nicely. Finally seeing a Roach Warren out of the Zerg player. AqueroN is, what are these? Tell me what these are. Barracks. Okay, so he is going into bio. He's got a Thor because he is worried about Mutalisk Harass, which is fair because the Spire was done really early, but there is nothing out, you guys. Railgun has 0 attacking units. He has 5 Queens and 59 drones, and that is it on his side of the map right now. He is really getting away with stuff here. AqueroN is allowing him to drone up, get his third base, tech up to whatever he wants, make additional overlords so he doesn't get supply blocked ever again, and then just get up into that huge Zerg economy that is so hard to deal with if you're a Terran player. Kind of amazing, honestly, that AqueroN is allowing him to do this. The early harass was great. I love the Banshees doing stuff too. Viking count getting a little bit insane here. This is more Vikings than you usually see. Again, it might just be worried about Mutalisks. And you know what? There are 13 on the way now. So at 7.5 minutes, Railgun decides, you know what? I made the Spire 5 minutes ago. It's probably time to make some Mutalisks, I suppose. And he is. He's making 14 at a time. Going for +1 Flyer Carapace. Railgun's creep spreading fairly well now that AqueroN has left him alone for quite some time, producing tanks, producing Marines. So Marine Tank Thor is what we're playing with right now, which is actually pretty good against Mutas. That said, the Mutas are cruising out across the map. The Viking count, now Vikings are not that great against Mutas, as it turns out. Check this action out. Do you see how these Vikings have to turn and flee? I mean, it helps that they're outnumbered about 3-1, but that was a crushing. Every one of those guys died. The Mutas are going to engage on these Marines and this Thor. They magic box the Thor so the splash damage doesn't do much of anything here. The repair comes in. The repair is too good. The Mutalisks have to get out of there with the repair on that Thor. Does have 14 kills, by the way. What a Thor it is. Are you still trying to... The repair actually gives... Nope, additional ones come in. Okay. I thought the SCVs were running away. They're getting focused down. I think they're just trying to focus down the SCVs and the Marines, while this Thor continues to fire at them. Oh, fire at them overhead. Doing a pretty good job of it, I'd say. He's got 18 kills. Anyway, fourth base being harassed by Banshees. Railgun trying to get that up while the attack is going on. Did he just throw away? 11 Mutas died. 11 Mutalisks have gone down. Resources lost are 4,200 for Railgun, 3,500 for AqueroN. He's been up this entire game. The Mutas do take down the Banshees. Are they out of energy for Cloak? Yes, they certainly are. And they get taken down by Mutalisks. That was very daring of them to come in there and try to snipe down that fourth base when Mutas were on the field. And Mutas were the tech of choice here for Railgun. He's making additional Mutas, getting some Thors though too. Working on +1 flyer attack. Mutas cruising on in to see what they can see. And the answer is a lot of Marines and a lot of Thors, which is kind of the anti-Mutalisk composition here. They get the sensor tower. Well, it's on fire and it's gonna die. 3, 2, 1. Bam, they got it. Bring it down to burning enough, and that is absolutely not a big deal. It is going to go down. Railgun finally getting centrifugal hooks after getting the Baneling Nest. Again, what I feel like was 6 or 7 minutes ago here. Double Evo Chamber here. Railgan not really following any build that I'm aware of, but he is getting up to 4th. He's got his 4th base up here saturated. He's going for a 5th base. He's got 73 workers. The Terran player is just fine too. He's been macroing extremely well, up to 69 workers. 2 missile turrets here at the 3rd base, enough to chase the mutas away after 1 turret goes down. But again, Thor Marine, especially with Stim, Marines with Stim are some of the greatest anti-air units in the entire game, if not the greatest anti-air unit in the entire game. Marines chew through anything that flies. Carriers, Tempest, Mutalisk, Broodlords if they can get close enough to them, right? Vikings, Liberators, battle cruisers to some extent, if the battle cruisers don't have crazy amounts of armor, because really high amounts of armor really negate the marine attack, because marine attacks are very low amounts of damage relatively, and they come very fast. So every one of those shots is affected by the armor. The Mutalisks flying on in, getting another missile turret here, and it's a bunch of SCVs. It's not too bad. How many SCVs have died? 18 is good, but 20 drones have also been killed in this game. So, I mean, both players have taken their losses, to be sure. Railgan, 5 bases, creep spread. Seems a little bit anemic right now. But he is busy microing these mutas on the other side of the map. His APM is over 300. AqueroN's over 302. Both of them flirting with an over 400 APM, which is just fantastic. Infestation Pit coming in from Railgan. More Zerglings here. +1 flyer attack, +1/+1 for the Lings and the Banelings, and maybe some Ultras if we get there. The Banelings do have speed, so we're going Ling Bling Muta with like a tiny bit of Roach support. The tiniest bit. There are 9 Roaches here, which I guess maybe are going to be for the Thor. Where the heck did the Thor go? The Thor's not dead, is he? Thor, did you get picked off? Nah, he's fine. He's over here playing defense, is what he's working on. Muta's cruising on into the 3rd base. Missile turret gets sniped down. Reaction time not that great from AqueroN, actually. Marines do come in. Mutalisks decide to cruise on over into the main base where there are Marines waiting for them. But enough Marines? The answer is no. Again, Marines good against Mutas, but not when they are at a 1-to-1 ratio there, honestly. Or worse, I guess. Another sensor tower goes down. The Muta harass has been pretty fantastic. Sure, a bunch of Mutalisks have died. We're looking at 23 Mutas have gone down. AqueroN is tired of this. He's tired of the shenanigans. He's going to go ahead and push on out. Railgan is maxed out. At 198 total supply, 77 workers, 32 Lings on the way. They are 1-1 Lings. They're very good. Against the 2-2 Marines, though, some Baneling hits are going to be necessary in order for Railgan to hold here. Marauders killing off some creep tumors, you know, as long as the scan's available. Maybe going to try to take down this 7th base attempt. Is that what it is? That's a 7th base attempt there, but the Lings do come cruising on in from all directions here. Banelings from the top side, Lings coming around. The Banelings are getting some decent hits, but not incredible ones. Oh, and it's Ravager to deal with the tanks. I kind of like that a lot, actually. That was really, really good. Only 1 tank remaining here now. The 2 were clumped together. I don't think they were expecting Ravagers at all. And as a result, there are just Marines here left, which honestly aren't that good against this many Ravagers and Banelings and Lings. They do kill the 7th, though. That's a huge deal considering AqueroN is on 3 bases. I think you need to heal up. I think AqueroN going to sit back a little bit, wait for reinforcements, heal up on all of these medevacs. They have not been allowed to stay still long enough to heal anything for a couple of minutes now, and the Marines really are injured. There we go. We're back up to full health. No big deal. Healing is fantastic. Railgun working on a hive. Muta's trying to pick off a tank, and they do snipe off a tank from the backside. That was pretty good. Gotta watch your rear there, AqueroN. Mutas might come around and take out some of your tanks if you're not careful. Marines attacking on in to the 4th base. Not really doing a whole lot. Killing some Lings, and really, killing anything is going to be a major victory here. Marines waiting for the wraparound, and the Lings do kind of flirt on in here, but the Marines are in position to defend against it. And here we go. Banelings off from every side. Lings wrapping around here, too, trying to split the Marines as best they can, focusing down Ravagers, but that is too many Lings. All the Marines go down. The medevacs try to get out of there, but the Muta count is absolutely kind of way too high. 13 Mutas in the sky, and everything dies from AqueroN. So we're looking at 176 to 137 supply. Railgan has the lead. He did lose a base there, but he's still happily sitting on 6, which is a great number. 5, actually? 5, actually. I think this was a base before. I don't know. I am losing track of bases that have died in this game or been canceled. 1 hatch has died, technically, but engagement up here. We're going for it. We got Ravagers, we got Lings, Banelings. Not really going to happen all that well. Not with Liberators, although the snipe down was great on those Mutalisks. I don't know. I feel like maybe they could have pushed a little bit more with the composition that they had. But again, only 1 Baneling against that many Marines is going to be a tough ask for any Zerg player to manage. Railgan is now taking a... Okay, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a 6th, and this is a 7th, I guess. Now sticking a 7th base along the right side. Mutalisks going into a double missile turret scenario. The repair is not actually that good. Oh, too late. Definitely too late. Continuing to make mutas here. Getting missile turrets, getting some SCVs in the process, but not exactly winning the game necessarily. They are keeping the Terran player, you know, really busy inside his own base. I'd almost like to see a bunch of Liberators in this situation. The splash damage against mutas can be just incredibly damaging and incredibly crushing here. But it's an Ultralisk Cavern back home for Railgan, so, I mean, Liberator's also good against those guys, too. So, honestly, pumping Liberator's not a bad idea, Mr. AqueroN, but you're not doing that. You're going Marines and Marauders and tanks and medevacs and +2 armor to your flying units and your ground vehicle stuff. Railgan's 6th base is done. His 7th base is about to pop here. Let's see the miracle of a life, everybody. Ah, isn't it beautiful? I'd like to say it is quite beautiful. Ghost Academy. There we go. AqueroN working on ghosts. SETI targeting really good against ultras. Has he scanned the Ultra Cavern? He has not. He does not know there's a hive or an infestation pit, actually. He hasn't looked at the main for quite some time. So maybe this will catch him by surprise, which is not super ideal. Mutas fly on in, get that missile turret. Going after that sensor tower, too. Not bad. I mean, that sensor tower's died, I think, 3 times now. Really kind of keeping AqueroN blind. 7th base getting marched up on, though, by this bio with some tank support, and it's going to die. Mutalisks have to come back home to deal with this. Lings cruising on in. Banelings, too, setting up with the tanks. I don't know, setting up there was great. All the tanks are going to get chowed down, and they do. They all get chowed down, but what is left here from Railgan is the question of the day. Banelings are here. Oh, the massacre. The massacre with the Banelings. Army supply, 90-77. AqueroN has the lead. He's going to get this 7th hatchery. He lost a lot of lives to do it, but he manages to make it happen. Broodlings are no match for them either here. Railgan making 2 Ultralisks, going for 3-3 for those guys, as well as, is that yes, that is chitinous plating. Marching on in, AqueroN gets the reinforcements that he needs. He shows on up right now. He's trying to stand on in here. The Vipers are present. Banelings crushing everybody who's left behind. AqueroN does manage to pull back a little bit here with his dudes. They are 3-3 Marines and Marauders. They are like little tiny gods. Banelings will kill them, but everything else has a really hard time with it, honestly. But the Lings are not messing around either. They do have that 3-3 upgrade, which is just so good for them. Actually, 2-2. 3-3 coming in now. Either way, AqueroN has a nice little group that is just doing serious damage, and then finally boosts on out of there. More Marines, more Marauders joining the party, clearing the creep. Meanwhile, AqueroN expanding to additional bases. Back home here, too, his income is pretty healthy at the same time. AqueroN can't expand south of his natural because there is an Overlord pooping here. But yeah, so far so good. I'd say I'd like to see more Liberators out of AqueroN to deal with the Ultralisks that Railgan is continuing to produce here. Fully upgraded Ultras, mind you. They have the 3-3. They have the extra armor for the chitinous plating. I guess they don't have anabolic synthesis, which is a great upgrade that increases the speed of Ultras off of creep. Mutas try to cruise on in and get rid of this base, but there are 4 turrets here, and they are finished just in the nick of time to chase those mutas away. No! Careful, mutas. Some of them do not make it home from there because of running across the Terran army, which is huge and honestly terrifying right now. These Thors, well, the mutas got thrown away. I'm not sure what for exactly, but the Thors are scary. The Marines, the Marauders are scary. Attempted drop down here on the left side. It does get picked up by the Lings, but they are distracted. Creep Queen picked off, and Creep Tumor itself destroyed. Still trying to drop over here. I just don't think it's a great idea. There's a lot of Lings and mutas, and that's pretty much death. But here we go. Bane Ultra crushing on top of these Thors and these Marines. I feel like I need more Marauders or something to deal with these Ultralisks. It is not looking good for AqueroN there at all. He's finally making ghosts. I feel like he's had the Ghost Academy for a while. Hasn't done anything with it, though. Personal cloaking coming in here, too. Steady targeting versus Ultras is a great thing to do. I'm wondering if AqueroN is trying to throw Railgan into a false sense of security there by not really reacting to the Ultras well for a little bit. But now he is. I don't know. I mean, is there any value in that kind of a mind game? I'm not convinced that there is. So AqueroN maybe just not realizing there are Ultras, responding to them slowly, etc., etc. Mutalisks find a drop. Yeah, is that enough 3-3 Marines to drive those mutas away? Apparently it is, as they do get driven away. They do have +2 flyer attack and +1 flyer carapace. Ah, the Zerglings, the Cracklings come in and really turn the tide there. They do have the Adrenal Glands upgrade. AqueroN very intelligently has missile turrets at all of his bases, recognizing the threat that these Mutalisks are. Man, those Marines, with the F3-3, they can stand in there against that many Mutas and chase them away. 3-3 is so good against the Mutalisks. All right, so Railgan happily mining with his 76 workers. Hasn't really lost a base in a while, I'd say, unless you count this one up on the right side, which I suppose you could. AqueroN pretty happy too. I mean, at this stage of the game, to be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases now. There it is. 6th base landing, fully saturated instantly, is pretty healthy for a Terran player. 6 Ghost, man. If he can get steady targetings on these Ultras, I don't think the Ling Bane is going to be much of a threat for what AqueroN is going for here, as long as he can split, which he has shown he's been able to do. He's been splitting fairly well. Resources lost, 34,000 for Railgan, 27,000 for AqueroN. It's been the same story for a while now. Neither player has really taken the lead against the other in that resources lost camp. I mean, I guess a free orbital is nice, but the Marines do come to respond against those Mutos. Banelings, that's not a planetary fortress. Oh, no. All right, goodbye, SCVs. Actually, fewer of them died than I expected would. Good job, guys. Marines bravely trying to take down a hatch by themselves, all 4 of these guys. They do get chased away and eventually murdered by the Mutalisks, taking down their ride. AqueroN expanding again. I do see him building. He is building along the top right side. Because why not at this stage? Oh, hey, quick announcement in the middle of all this action. I have been approved for channel memberships by YouTube just yesterday, actually. So if you feel like supporting me, like you can support me on Twitch for like $5 a month, it does give you access to different perks. It gives you access to emojis and things. I will start streaming on YouTube once a week at this stage. So if you're interested in supporting me financially and haven't been able to do it or haven't been unwilling to do it on Twitch, it is now available on YouTube. There should be a join button down here somewhere below this video. Anyway, Lings do manage to shut down AqueroN's 6th base temporarily, but the Lings all get killed. And AqueroN is up 194 to 172 supply right now. Where are the ghosts is my question. He has a lot of ghosts, you guys. He has a total of 24 ghosts. 24. How many infestors are there? 1, you ask. How much fungal is there? Not a lot. This is my answer. AqueroN continues to build up in the top right-hand corner. He lands his 6th base again, recognizing what's going on. Oh, we have nukes. Did I think I saw nukes being produced at some point, but oh, no. You do not land there. Okay, good. There it is. It's fine. Doesn't kill anything. The ghost is fine too. Steady targeting possible here. Splitting pretty darn well. Baneling's getting some decent hits off on these ghosts, but there are so many of them because there are so many of them. They're backed up against a wall, though. They can't kite. They can't steady target because of the Banelings and because of the Ultralisks. But here is what we're talking about. Steady targeting. Bam! Ultra gets wiped out there. 148 to 118 supply. AqueroN looking good. Looking really, really good right now. Marines happy with themselves. Very low on energy, though, just because steady targeting costs energy and cloak costs energy, etc., etc. It is a 182 army supply. AqueroN has a big lead. He's killed a lot of Ultras, you guys. He's killed 8 Ultralisks, 73 Mutalisks in this game. 3 Thors have gone down, 51 SCVs, but I just feel like AqueroN's made some better trades, as yeah, it is a 10,000 resources lost difference here in favor of the Terran player. Lings cruising on into the planetary fortress and dying. Hey, remember this space that's not a PF, the Lings say? Let's go there and have a party. Oh, these SCVs not even really able to run. The Lings are too fast. They hit too hard. And forcing a lift on the orbital command. Again, another nuke coming in. I don't know. I kind of want to see how Maru's strategy of mass nukes, an innovation strategy of mass nukes against Zerg really works out at the GM level. I'm interested to see how that is. Because it seems pretty darn effective at the pro level, but I'm not sure the APM or the map awareness is present enough for the Terran player's GM to pull that off. I don't know. I could be wrong. Zerglings cruising on in, man. I love fully upgraded Cracklings. I just do. Look how well they do here against the small number of Marines, against this Marauder. SCV's going down. Supply Depot's getting hit. Baneling's going to try to finish off Well, I guess, I was going to say they're trying to finish off the Planetary Fortress, but more after going SCVs. Pretty good split. The Baneling's not quite sure what they want to do and end up rolling into a mineral pile and doing absolutely nothing. Instead, Marines attacking down on the south side. Hydra's coming to deal with them. Hydra tech switch out of Railgun. And all the Marines get picked off there. The Lings get cleared out of the third base. AqueroN pretty happy about that. 174 to 169. 186 now for Railgun. He is actually remaxing here on Lings. 48 Lings in production army supply. Railgun has swung ahead in that direction here, wiping out one of AqueroN's bases, saving one of his own, killing a bunch of SCVs. AqueroN and another base here too. He looks very much in control in this game right now. Zergling's cruising up, getting wiped out by the majority of AqueroN's army. Railgun's creep spread has not really been able to get past this point much, I would say, but again, AqueroN's been pretty active in pushing against it consistently throughout the game here. This more Lings, of course it's more Lings. This is still not defended by anything. AqueroN, you're killing me, man. You cannot. Wow, all right. Well, it's a dead tank, dead Marauders, dead SCVs. AqueroN coming in with Marauders and a Ghost. And the steady targeting needs to be real good right here. Where is it? Where's your steady targeting on anything? There we go. Steady targeting on the Hydras. I don't know if that's the correct target there. Blinding Cloud actually hitting those Ultras a little bit. That base died, and Lings are still doing stuff. It is too many cracklings. By golly, we're steady targeting the Corruptors. Yes, very smartly done there. I'm loving that quite a bit. The Lings die by committing suicide by Planetary Fortress. More steady targeting coming in here. Man, you can hear those snipes going down, though. Baneling's crushing on in Railgun. Desperately throwing everything he has at this army. Doing pretty well with it, too. This Ultra basically kind of looks like by himself, forcing this army back. Oh, yoinking back in the Medivacs, so they die. That tank gets wiped out there, too. And suddenly, AqueroN's at 83 supply, and that's the GG. Railgun takes the win in 27 minutes and 2 seconds, and a pretty intense ZVD. Oh boy. What the? Why are we still in game? Railgun, get out of the game, man. Idle time continuing to increase here for AqueroN. Even though he's left the game, I don't know why. I don't know why it keeps increasing. I know why he left the game. He lost his 2 mining bases, effectively. This was dead, this was dead, this was dead. His income was toast. Railgun has decided to leave the game now. But yeah, Railgun had all the income in the world. He effectively held there. It was close. It was nip and tuck, I would say, on a couple of those battles. He just had enough Ultras and Banelings and Hydras and Corruptors to chase back what AqueroN was dealing with. I like the Hydra tech switch. I think if you want Ultra list, because the steady targeting does more for AqueroN, but instead it was a bunch of Hydras, and AqueroN was like, do I steady target these guys down, or are there more Ultras waiting in the background? I think AqueroN had some indecision. He finally went for it, but it seemed like it was too late. The Baneling hits were really good, and in the end, the Ghost did not do as much damage, I think, as AqueroN wanted to. The nukes didn't do anything either. I guess there was one, and another one that he could have called down at some point, but he never did. But yeah, Railgun, weird opening, man. He went for the quick spire, did not make mutas until like 5 minutes later. Then he went for a bunch of mutas, went for like a Ling Bling muta thing with some Roach Ravager support. It was a very interesting composition, to be sure. In the meantime, he kept expanding and kept just growing his economy, growing his base. Ended up losing a couple hatcheries throughout the course of the game. If we take a look at that number, it is 2. But overall, ended up being on, how many hatcheries is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. 8, this is pretty good at 27 minutes into the game. So GG Railgun, and that is going to be it from me. Whew. All right. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.